The aroma of lavender and chamomile hung heavy in the air, a fragile attempt to mask the tension that filled the room. Three women, their faces etched with a mixture of anxiety and determination, sat huddled together, their hands intertwined as if drawing strength from each other. Sarah, her eyes red-rimmed and swollen, nervously twisted her wedding ring. Beside her, Emily, usually so vibrant and outgoing, sat pale and withdrawn, her gaze fixed on some distant point. Completing the circle was Jessica, her normally cheerful demeanor replaced by a stoic mask, her jaw set in a grim line. They were bound by a shared experience, a dark secret that had haunted them for years, a secret they were now finally ready to expose to the light of day. They were brought together not by choice but by circumstance, each a victim of the man they had once trusted implicitly, their family doctor, Dr. David Farley. The weight of their shared experience pressed down on them, a suffocating blanket of shame and anger. Yet, in the shared whispers of their pain, they found a glimmer of hope, a sense of solidarity that gave them the courage to break their silence and finally confront their abuser. Dr. David Farley was a pillar of the community, a man whose life was seemingly dedicated to the well-being of others. He was the quintessential small-town physician, his reputation built on a bedrock of kindness, compassion, and unwavering dedication to his patients. For over 2 decades, he had been a comforting presence in the lives of the people he served, his name synonymous with trust and healing. His patients, many of whom had known him their entire lives, regarded him with an almost reverential respect, his word taken as gospel, his diagnoses never questioned. He had a unique ability to put his patients at ease, his gentle demeanor and warm smile disarming even the most anxious individuals. He was known to make house calls long after they had gone out of fashion, his concern for his patients extending beyond the walls of his practice. He was a deacon at the local church, a regular volunteer at the soup kitchen, and a generous donor to countless local charities. He was, in the truest sense of the word, a pillar of the community, a man whose reputation was as spotless as his white coat. The truth, as it often does, emerged slowly, like whispers in the dark. It began with hushed conversations, rumors of inappropriate behavior, and veiled accusations that were quickly dismissed by those who refused to believe that their beloved doctor could be capable of such heinous acts. But the whispers persisted, growing louder with each passing day, fueled by a growing number of women who found the courage to share their own stories of abuse. What was initially dismissed as the ramblings of a few disgruntled patients quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal that shook the community to its core. The accusations against Dr. Farley were chilling, painting a picture of a man who had used his position of power to prey on the vulnerable, exploiting their trust for his own perverse gratification. The details as they unfolded were graphic and disturbing, leaving many in the community struggling to reconcile the image of the kindly old doctor with the monster he was now accused of being. The emotional and physical scars left by Dr. Farley's abuse run deep, a constant reminder of the betrayal they suffered at the hands of the man they had trusted with their lives. Sarah, haunted by nightmares and flashbacks, lives in a constant state of fear, unable to shake the feeling of vulnerability that has permeated her life. Emily, once a bubbly and outgoing young woman, now struggles with crippling anxiety and depression, her spirit crushed by the weight of Farley's abuse. Jessica, once a firm believer in the inherent goodness of humanity, now views the world through a lens of suspicion and distrust. Her faith in her fellow man, shattered by the realization that someone she had known and trusted her entire life could be capable of such monstrous acts. The abuse has had a profound impact on their relationships, their ability to trust, and their overall sense of self-worth. They carry the weight of Farley's actions like a leaden cloak, their lives forever altered by the trauma they endured. The pain, they say, is a constant companion, a visceral reminder of the violation they suffered, a wound that may never fully heal.